I think we're broadcasting. Hey, Tubies! It's Psychic Bob. Woo, it is good to be with you. It is Monday. Whoo, I'm feeling glorified because it's Astrology Monday. That's right. Well, welcome. Welcome to our show tonight. And I've been looking around for a lamb chop today. I heard him stirring early. Oh, there you are. What are you doing? Come up here and see me. Come up here. Yes, there you are. Hello, lamb chop. How are you today? Good. Oh gosh, what do you got there? Oh, that's your little Fortnum and Mason bag. If you guys don't remember, when I was in England, I went to a wonderful store called Fortnum and Mason. It's a luxurious store. Luxurious. Woo. I mean, you can't afford to go there maybe once every 10 years, But it's beautiful. And Lamb Chop, he got in trouble. He went to Fortnum and Mason one day and stole my credit card. But they stocked him up on some chocolates and he got a little bag. Isn't that cute? A little Fortnum and Mason. Well, Lamb Chop, that's wonderful. You're enjoying your bag, huh? Let me see what you got down in your bag here. Don't hold on to it. Come on, let me get. Why are you holding on to it? Is there something in that bag? Yeah, is it chocolate? No? Well, I better see what it is. Hold on. You never know what he's up to. All right, let's sit down here. All right, let's see. A little Fortnum and Mason shopping bag. All right, what do we got in here? Lamb Chop. What are you up to? Oh no. Lamb Chop, what have you been up to? Oh my goodness. Oh, where did you get this? Oh my gosh. We've had this problem with you before. Look what was in there. Lamb Chop stole one of my pieces of jewelry. Lamb Chop, where'd you get that? From my jewelry case, yes. Now, Lamb Chop, what are we doing? This is my Aquarius charm. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's from Bulgari Jewelers. It's an Aquarius charm. Lamb Chop, what are you? In your defense, it's Astrology Monday. And you're just trying to be in the spirit of the day. How long you had this charm? How long? He's being silent. About a week? Well, that explains why I didn't see it in my jewelry case when I was looking earlier. Lamb Chop, you cannot go around stealing jewelry. You stole Cola's jewelry back in England. That got you in major problems. You stole her money. Finally I had to pay off a customs officer to get him into the country. Listen, Lamb Chop, if you want to borrow my jewelry, I don't mind. Just ask me, okay? All right, I'm going to let you hold on to this, but you better not lose it because it's very expensive. It's Bulgari. Thank you. Oh, my goodness gracious. Listen, why don't you go over there or, sit over by the window tonight, okay, and watch the stars. All right, there you go. All right, yeah, very good. Stay over there. Very good. Oh, my goodness. I tell you. By the way, for those of you who've never been to Fortnum and Mason, this is their actual shopping bags. This is what they look like. They're famous in England. You see people carry them. They've got the royal warrant of the Queen up there because they supply goods to the palaces of the Queen and the Prince of Wales. So they have it's called the royal warrant. In Britain, when you have the royal arms on your products, it's very, very upscale. So anyways, that's my shop bag, and that's Lamb Chop's little shopping bag. Isn't that precious? He's got a miniature Fortnum and Mason bag. Well, anyways, I am so glad you guys are here. Welcome to Monday. Huh? Who all we got here tonight? Oh my gosh, there's Scott from South Carolina. Yay. Hey, Scott, there's Lady J of the Earl Grey Tea Tribe. Welcome. There's Baroness Cola Bob. She's our moderator. Thank you, Baroness. There's Sandra D. Hello, Sandra. There's Robert Stevens. There's Amsterdam. So Amsterdam says, Lamb Chop, the larcenous lamb. I'm telling you, we got to watch him. There's TGVG. Hello, TGVG. Yay. Oh my gosh. Amsterdam said, I've heard of cat burglars, but that is so cute. Isn't that adorable? This is actually a real Fortnum and Mason bag. They sell chocolates in it and little chocolate truffles. So Lamb Chop got a bag of chocolate truffles. It's really from Fortnum and Mason. It's a real Fortnum and Mason bag. Isn't that great? Anyway, I think it's precious. Oh my gosh, there's so do you like stuff? Hello, yay. Jennifer, who did I miss? Did I miss someone? Jennifer. Jennifer, hello, welcome. If I missed you, forgive me. I'm sorry. I've got a lot of chats flying down through here. Welcome. So do you like stuff's here? Yay. Deborah Kahn is here. Welcome. There's Erin Patricia. There's Robin Boston. Gosh, everybody's here tonight. Isn't that wonderful? Well, welcome to our show tonight. If I missed any names, forgive me. I'm not trying to be rude. Just the chat's flying by. But I welcome all of you. Well, tonight I put on a shirt. This is a shirt you guys, I'm pretty sure, haven't seen yet because I got a lot of shirts. But how do you like this? This is let me take my sweater off so you can see it properly. This is my 2023 Chinese New Year shirt, Year of the Rabbit. Isn't that wonderful? How do you like that? Isn't that fun? Hola got this for me as a gift right before I came to England. But I had so many clothes, I couldn't pack everything. But I'm wearing it now that I'm back. But, we're going to talk about Chinese New Year. We'll probably do a special video on that because that's a whole subject in itself. But we entered into Chinese New Year, for those of you who are interested, on Sunday. It was Sunday, January the 22nd. I was in England, had so much going on. I didn't have time to do a video on it. But happy Chinese New Year. The year of 2023 is the year of the rabbit. The Chinese New Year is interesting because they have 12 different zodiac signs like the Western, but they rotate every 12 years. So in 12 more years, the next time we'll go to year of the rabbit will be, what's 12 on to 2023, 33, so 2035 will be the next, I think 2035, yeah, will be the next year of the rabbit. So happy year of the rabbit. Rabbits are fast moving. Think of the characteristics they're quick, they're alert, they jump, they move. So all that energy for things to get going, to get in motion, to pick up speed, because rabbits move very fast. So that's a good year from Chinese astrology perspective. Year of the rabbit is a year of fast moving changes. And I really think that's accurate. Anyways, I think I'll do a video later, not today, but later in the week, on a special video just on Chinese New Year, because there's a lot I could talk about with that. But anyways, happy Chinese New Year. And I hope you guys are interested. As I mentioned earlier in the previous video, there's different astrologies. Okay, so this is the Chinese astrology. And we here at Spiritual, my weekly astrology is the Western European astrology called the Tropical Zodiac Astrology. There's also the Indian form of astrology from India, which is Vedic astrology. So you got Vedic astrology, Western astrology, Chinese astrology. They're all different systems, but I personally believe in all of them. I think they all have their merits and values. So anyways, we're celebrating Year of the Rabbit. I think this is a beautiful shirt Baroness got me. Isn't it lovely with all the red flowers? And I just love it. The little buddy is so cute. Oh, I got my necklace in the way. 2023. So next year, Baroness has said she's going to buy me a new one every year, so I have a collection. So then next year, I'll get a 2024 shirt. We're going to have a whole collection of Chinese shirts. Well, I'm so glad you guys are here. Welcome to our astrology show. By the way, I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to the weekend's programs. We had a busy week. If you've been away, with Friday night, we have live psychic readings. On Saturday, we had psychic development class. And if you're interested in developing your psychic skills, you might want to go to my website, Psychic, register. This Saturday, we're going to have a really great psychic development class. It's a private event over on Zoom. It's not here on YouTube. You have to register for it, but you can do that at my website. And this week, we're going to teach on Saturday at 12 o'clock noon Eastern USA time. We're teaching a class for 2 hours on how to channel other people's higher selves, how to channel the higher self of other people. So if you're interested in that, come out and join us. Okay, it's $30 for the class. It's 2 hours. Now, I limit the class size to 30 people. So you will get one-on-one time with me. And this is not a class where you just sit and take notes. My classes are interactive. You're going to do exercises. We're going to talk. I think you'll get a lot out of it. So visit my website and register today. All right, PsychicBob.com. Go to the services tab at the top and you'll see it. Scroll down through. All right. And then Sunday, we had Psychic Bob's Inner Circle. That was really great. Thank you to all of you. Sunday night, we had live psychic messages. And here we are Monday. It's Astrology Monday. For those of you who are new here, we broadcast 7 days a week. And if you're new, say hi to us in the chat and tell us you're new here. I'd like to meet you and acknowledge you. I just had 2 new subscribers. I was out today shopping and had some people recognize me. And they said, oh my gosh, I've seen you. And we started talking. I said, yeah, I'm Psychic Bob. And they just joined my channel. So hopefully they're here tonight. My friends from Hobby Lobby, that's all I'll say. You know who you are. Hope you're here. Welcome. Let us know you're in the chat if you can. Well, this is great, Bears Colbo says, I'm a rabbit, aren't I, Bobs? LOL. No comment. I'll have to look at your chart. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh. Lady Jane of the Earl Grey Tea Type says, I think you're a monkey, Cola. Sandra D says, I'm a goat, I think. Well, we'll look at all that. I'm going to do a special show on Chinese astrology. It's one of my favorite subjects. I actually been very into the Chinese astrology. There's a lot I could talk. But tonight we're going to focus on this week's astrology as we normally study, or Western astrology. Now, some of you are new here and say, well, I don't understand what is all this? Well, how many of you have ever read your horoscope in the newspaper, right? And so, oh yeah, is that for real? It can be if the astrologer is a real astrologer. Some newspapers and magazines just have a regular writer just type chunk. But I actually am a real astrologer. I've been studying astrology since 1978. Yeah, way back in the 70s when it was all the rage. Yeah. I even have the jewelry to prove it. By the way, speaking of jewelry, I'm wearing tonight my Zodiac. Well, this is a vintage 1970s jewelry piece from that era. And it's the Zodiac. Well, you see our big Zodiac wheel back here? Well, that's kind of like that in pendant form with all the 12 signs of the Zodiac and the glyphs and all of that. Isn't that cool? So I'm wearing that tonight also. So we're gonna talk about horoscopes. Now, what we're gonna do here tonight is I'm gonna talk about some of the major transits. I mean, right now above us in the sky, everything's in motion. Okay, so we're gonna talk about kind of some of the major motions, and then the later part of the show, I'm gonna give individual horoscopes for every zodiac sign. All right, so you'll get your horoscope. Everybody here gets some psychic help this week. And what I always tell people is, like, I would encourage you when you come to this show, bring a little notepad and a little pen. You can see Psychic Bob got chicken scratch here. And this is my notes for the show. How do you like that? I can't even read it. But I hand write all my stuff out here for the show. I'm old fashioned. I mean, I guess I could type it. I don't know. I just like to hand write stuff. It's my creative process. And we're going to talk about major transits, and everybody gets a horoscope. But also bring us a notepad, notes, because there's a lot of different things I talk about, and it may help you during the week. A lot of people say, Psychic Bob, I can't buy a private reading right now. I don't have the money. I can't afford to do psychic class. I still need a little psychic help. What can I do? And I said, well, come out to astrology, because I give a little psychic help. I can tell you how this week is going to play out for everybody, and also for you specifically in your horoscope. So hang with us, take some notes, and have some fun on the way. By the way, it's Monday, and many of you know it's my day off. And Bear and his Cola Bobs and I have been hanging out today. We went out to lunch, and we went shopping, and it's been a busy day, though, and I worked on some of the astrology stuff. But it's good to be with you. And yes, it's my day off, so I am not doing live psychic readings tonight, but I will take astrology questions. Okay. As it's my day off, I have a policy. I don't do readings on Mondays, but it's just how I have to be. I have to have a little downtime too. So I hope you'll understand. I'm not going to answer psychic questions tonight, but I will answer questions about astrology. Okay. All right, very good. By the way, if you're interested, I also do private astrology readings. I have a special type of reading I do. A lot of people don't know about because it's not on my website. We've got to update my site. I've had some problems. But I do what's called a compact voice astrology reading. And what that is if you go over to my website, you'll see things as compact voice reading. That's a type of psychic reading. But there's a second type, which is not on the website, where if you buy that, you can just buy the compact voice reading. I do your astrology chart. So what I'll need from you is you email me your birth date, your location, your time of birth. If you don't have any one of those, let me know. We'll work around it. But ideally, you'll have those three things. And I'm going to put your chart together. And then I do an audio file. I speak, and you'll hear my voice say, "Hi, John Smith. I've got your chart here. You've got your moon in the sign of Aries, and it means this and this and this. And you've got Venus transiting this area." And I talk about your chart. I give you an actual audio file of your chart. So if you're interested in that, that's the compact voice reading. But when you buy that, write to me and specifically say whether you want a psychic compact voice reader or an astrology. Because the one on the website's the psychic reader. I want to clarify this. There's been some confusion. People don't understand this. But the price is the same. Until I get up the astrology one, you can buy the compact because they're the same price. They're both similar style readings, okay? Anyways, I hope that helps a little bit. Ask Baroness in the chat if you have any problems tonight, okay? All right. Baroness says, what did we buy again? Today while I was out shopping, I bought some fabric to make an altar cloth. You know, I'm working on my temple room, and I'm building right now one of my new altars. I have like 5 or 6 altars in the temple. One of the altars is the altar to white magic. And I bought some cloth to make for an altar cloth. So that's what I bought today. I didn't spend a lot of money today. I really wasn't inspired. You know, I'm becoming minimalist. So I don't go and just shop like I used to. My house is too cluttered. I'm trying to clear that out. But anyways, that's what we got today. Anyways, there's So Do You Like Stuff said, any recommendations for beginner astrology books? Do you know, I've read a number of them. Anything by Sidney Omar is always good. He's no longer with us, but he's written a number of books. How to Read Your Chart. Sidney Omar. I'll put his name in the chat. Look him up. I don't have all my books right here because they're stored away. But I would encourage you to study his works. He was the first astrologer I ever encountered. And I think anything by him would help you, okay? Oh, yeah, let me show you the book. Thank you. Bob, show Jennifer the astrology book. I got you for Christmas. Hold on, I think it's right over here in my bag. Let me just grab it. Here's the book Baroness got me for Christmas, which I just love. The Secrets of Astrology. I don't know if that's backwards on your screen. Maybe it's just on my screen, but hopefully you can see that. The Secrets of Astrology. And this breaks down how to read the signs. Like, for example, here's Aries. It's such a colorful book, and it breaks down different, aspects of the signs, how they interrelate to each other, what their constellation is. Look, here's another page all on Aries. This is such a fun book. It's really a fun book, and it's like kind of lighthearted, but don't let the lightheartedness trick you because it really is quite powerful. Look, here's Libra's page. This is a really great book. This would probably be a great book for people to start with, Secrets of Astrology. It's written by, let's see. I don't know who the author is on this one. I think it's written by a publishing house. It just says DK Publishers. Penguin, it's a branch of Penguin. It's out of the UK called DK. That's all it says. DK is the author. But this is a great book. Now, remember I mentioned Sidney Omar. This is a book I'm currently reading by him, which is really cool because, I work with spirits as a medium. This is Sydney Omar's Spirit Guides, and it says, America's favorite astrologer shows you how to use your sun sign to find your own guiding spirit. This is a really great book and very original. So I would recommend this too. This is a really great book about spiritualism and astrology. And then while I was in England, I went to a very famous bookstore there called Pratchard's. What was that called? Pratchard's? I don't have the bag here. But anyways, I bought this little book all about Aquarius. It's self-care, and it gives rituals to do in your life to attune to your Aquarian energy. Really fun book. So as you can see, I'm really into my astrology, and I love it. I got astrology wheels all over my house, and I wear astrology clothes. Anyways. Okay, Robin said this title's showing forward on the screen. Yeah, Robin Bostel says Omar is very good. Yeah, I love Sydney Omar. So anyways, Robin is a little older like me. I'm not giving away anybody's age, but Robin remembers Sydney Omar back in the day. Don't you, Robin? Let's see here. Yeah, that was Aries. I'll show you. See, I'm an Aquarius. Let's see what the Aquarius page looks like. Oh, beyond the signs, they also give breakdowns of all the planets and the whole articles. I said like Saturn, Venus, Jupiter, all of that's in this book. I really, really am excited about this book. At first it looks so lighthearted, but it's actually quite a profound. Here's the Aquarius page. Look at that. There's the water bearer. Isn't that wonderful? That's my son. Aquarius, Aquarius, harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abound. All right, let's not say. We got to talk about astrology. So anyways, we'll answer more questions in a little while because I want to get through everything with you guys, okay? All right, so the thing I always forget, and I get talking, I got to give you the dates of tonight's show, okay? So this astrology forecast is for this next week. It starts today, Monday, the 6th of February, 2023, through Sunday, the 12th of February, 2023. Okay, there's Brittany Soho. Hey, Brittany, good to see you. So do you like stuff? Says, nice. Yeah, it's a great book. Robin Boston says, sure do. She remembers Sydney Omar. There's Wooden Watermelon. Hey, Bob, my girlfriend loves you and is watching you right now. Do you mind telling her Nick loves her and wants her to be with her forever? Wants to thank you. Well, Woden, tonight I'm not doing psychic readings, but I'm glad you guys are here. And thank you for tuning in. So, if you want a psychic reading, come tomorrow because then I can look at the relationship and give you more information. Today's my day off. But I'm glad you guys are here. And so thank you for being here. All right. Blessings to you. Tonight we're talking about astrology. What's going on in the stars? All right. So this forecast is for Monday. I always start my forecast on Monday. People say, well, why? Sunday's the beginning of it. In my world, Monday starts the beginning. That's when most people go back to work. Okay. So February the 6th, Monday through Sunday, February the 12th. So Monday through Sunday, that's how it runs on this show. All right, so next 7 days, this is for you. All right, now let's talk about what is going on above us, okay? Right now, our sun is in the sign of Aquarius. Yay! Woo! I love Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. Happy birthday to our Aquarius babies. Love you guys. We're going to be in the sign of Aquarius until February the 18th. And on the 19th, we switch over to Pisces. Yeah, February 19th, Pisces. So we'll be coming up the end of the month with Pisces as well. But right now, we're in the sun sign of Aquarius, okay? Today, we're starting off our week with our moon. It's full, and we've got a full moon in Leo. Oh, that is firepower. All right? And we also have some interesting transits today starting off. So on Monday, today, we've got our moon in opposition to Saturn and Mercury sextile Neptune. What does that mean? Moon in opposition to Saturn is a sign that you may be feeling a little self-critical today, a little self-judgmental. Try to back off on that. All right. Sometimes we get these transits and they put energy into us and it feels wonky. And this is one of those transits that may make you feel a little wonky today. Moon in opposition to Saturn means you may be judging yourself or have a feeling that others are judging you. Try to remember that we don't have to go with every energy that's on us. We know it's there, but we can also observe it and make choices, okay? We've also got Mercury sextile Neptune. This is, I would say, is the saving grace of today because that is the psychic self. Mercury sextile Neptune means you are learning about psychism. You are connecting to your psychic self. So if you're feeling judgmental, let that go and focus on what you really feel. Sometimes we get what I call the outer world interference. Like our neighbor says, I don't like the color of your car sitting in the driveway. And you're like, wow, and you get all emotional and then you feel bad and all that self-judgment. Why are they saying this? Why am I saying that? Mercury sextile Neptune is a word that says, go within, hear the true voice, not the judgment of the outer world. And if you keep that in mind, you're going to get through the rest of this day just fine, okay? So try to just remember that. What's really important, the inner voice. Judgment from others today is not the focus. It is going to be an element, and self-judgment could be an element, but there's a higher power, and that's that Neptune and Mercury influence today, okay? I hope that helps a little bit with you guys. Hold on, I got to drink some tea here. By the way, I am drinking Earl Grey tea. Baroness Cold Bob's and I drink it like it's going out of style, and I love it. There we go. All right, so that is for Monday, February 6th. Now on Tuesday, tomorrow, we've got our moon shifting over into Virgo. That's going to take off some of that harsh judgment today. If you've been feeling a little judged or self-judgment, that moon's moving over to Virgo tomorrow. We're still in full moon, and Virgo brings in the mother nurturer aspect. So tomorrow, you'll start to feel a little more grounded if you've been feeling a little over emotional the last few days. That moon going to Virgo will bring a sense of calm, a sense of earthiness, a sense of peace. It'll bring clarity as well. I always find when the moon's in Virgo, we are very efficient. We see our tasks that have to get done, and we just do it. We just kind of roll through them and get things done. You'll get things wrapped up easily. So if today you've been procrastinated, just not feeling it, don't worry about it. Just give yourself a break. Tomorrow, that moon in Virgo will make things a lot more balanced, a lot clearer for you, okay? All right, there you go. There's Denise T. 18 days until my birthday. Woo! All right, so that makes you what, a Pisces? Or actually, you'll be a Pisces then. Isn't that wonderful? All right, well, there you go. All right, so you with me so far? I don't want to lose anybody. If you guys get lost, interrupt me in the chat or tell Baron, say, wait, I don't know what Bob's talking about. Make sure everybody learns, because this show is for fun, but it's also about learning. So you have the best information to navigate your week, okay? All right. Now, what do we got going on Wednesday, which is the 8th of February? Whoo! I love Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a cool day because our moon is in opposition to Neptune, and our moon is trine Mercury. All right. Now, a lot of astrologers will say oppositions are challenging. I always say every opposition has to be studied and analyzed. And when I'm looking at Wednesday, that moon in opposition to Neptune, I feel majorly heightened psychic power. Neptune is the planet of psychism, of dreams, of intuitiveness, and the moon brings us to our inner world and our visionary element. So when you've got these two facing off, it's stimulating psychic senses. Now, we also have that moon trine Mercury. Trine is a power aspect. Mercury is the planet that deals with communications, particularly inner communications. So these are the major power plays of Wednesday, which means it is psychic power day. So if you've been trying to develop your psychism, trying to be in touch with your inner spirit, with the spirit world, with your dreams, with prophecies, Wednesday, pay attention. Don't dismiss anything. Sometimes we go, oh, I just got a vision, but that can't be right. Pay attention. Never dismiss it. Get a notebook. In fact, I want all y'all to do this tonight. When you can't get a notebook, it's go to like CVS or Rite Aid or Walgreens. Just pick up a little bit. Keep a record. When you have a dream or premonition, write it down. Don't worry if it's right or not. Just write it down. Keep it with you. Because I tell you, as we get to Wednesday, that alignment of those lunar alignments between Moon, Neptune, and Mercury going to open everybody's channel. And even if you're somebody who says, I don't have a psychic bone in my body, you will. Okay. So that's Wednesday, Psychic Power Day. All right. On Thursday, the 9th of February, this is a great day. We've got a really good week here. Not too many challenging days. I think of all the week, this is actually probably the most challenging of days. Okay. So we've got on Thursday, the 9th of February, we got our moon trine Pluto. We've got our moon moving into the sign of Libra, and we've got our moon in opposition to Jupiter. What does that mean? This is the day, Thursday is the day for partnerships, for alliances, and particularly focus on business partnerships and alliances. If you are like looking for a job this week, if somebody calls you and says, what day do you want to come in for an interview? You get to choose a day. A lot of places do that. Are you available? What days? Choose Thursday this week. Why? Because that moon trine Pluto forms partnership power. Pluto is the planet of finding out, aligning with others, working with others. It also is about learning truth, going to the depths, knowing what's real. You'll get a real clarity, especially for those of you looking for work on Thursday. Our moon is moving into Libra. Libra is a great sign. It promotes open communications. It's an air sign, promotes partnerships. And then we've got our moon in opposition to Jupiter. What's that mean? You will be feeling in harmony with the business aspect. Jupiter is about blessings and finance and all good things. So it's a day to succeed, to get blessings from the cosmos. Thursday is our business power day. Name it and claim it. The universe will back you on that. All right. You guys with me so far? Huh? Are we on the same page? Give me shout out. Say, Psychic Bob, I'm getting it. I'm with you. All right. All right. Denise D says the 24th, Bob. Okay, so you're February 24th. That makes you a Pisces. Yep. Let's just double check that. Yeah, so Pisces runs February 19th through March 20th. So you're a Pisces. Yay, Denise. Love my Pisces friend. Pisces are great mystics, by the way. All right. Pay attention to your dreams because Pisces especially are good at dream prophecy. And I'm telling you, Denise, on Wednesday, this is Psychic Power Day. Neptune is the ruling planet of your sign. And so you'll be feeling on Wednesday that psychic power real strongly. All right. Everybody will, but especially you Pisces, it's kind of your ruling power day on Wednesday. All right, there we go. Now, wait a second. We're not done because we got more coming. So Thursday, as I said, this is business power day. Focus on career advancements. Focus on partnerships. If you are starting a business, Thursday is a great day to work on marketing, to draw people in, to get alignments. It's just a power day for anything business-wise, okay? So Thursday's our money-making day. Go for it. All right. Then Friday, when we get to Friday, the 10th of February, we got another business power day. We've got our moon trine Mars that opens up inspiration. We've got Mercury aspecting Pluto, again, partnerships and alignment, and our sun trine the moon. That means that the sun and the moon, which are both the high-powered luminaries of Zodiac, are shining power on each other and stimulating. So the moon energy is bouncing back the sun's bouncing to the moon. And that alignment just brings up all the energy. So Thursday and Friday, that energy carries through. Now, what I said earlier, if you are going to do an interview, I still think Thursday is the best day because it's just that the Jupiter aspect's stronger on that day. But if you can't do Thursday, Friday is also good because moon trine Mars will give you the power to communicate from an inspired place and really be impressive. Thursday or Friday, business power days. All right. You guys with me? Got that? All right. There you go. Sandra D's here. Hey, Sandra. She says, my daughter is a Pisces. Yay. And Denise D says, I love being a Pisces most of the time, except I'm definitely an emotional person. A lot of Pisces roll with it because there's a lot of water energy in that side. The emotions can be intense. I always tell Pisces people, so be gentle with yourself. Just float on the ethers. You don't have to get into the intensity of the storm. You know, Pisces are people, and it's not a criticism, it's just how it is. But they can get caught up in the emotional storms. And I always tell my Pisces people when I do astrology reads, I always say, just remember, you can go to the depths of the storm or stay on the outer edge, float on the ethers. You can still see and know everything, but not get too trapped. All right, there we go. Now, Friday, that was Friday, another business power day. On Saturday this week, the 11th, we've got Mercury moving into the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. It's all about communications and thought and idea. Mercury is a planet that deals with communication, thought, and ideas. And this is going to really give a power boost, especially to Aquarians right now. As we're in the sun sign of Aquarius, and we got a major planet like Mercury moving in to our sign this week. Powerful day for Aquarians. We also have our moon still in Libra that day. Libra is an air sign. Saturday is all about trust, inspiration, and ideas. Trust how you're feeling. Trust what your mind is telling you. Follow the inspiration. We got that powerful air energy of Mercury, the air energy of Libra and Aquarius all combined on Saturday. It's a day for ideas. If you've been working on a project, you don't have to be an Aquarius. This is for everybody, but especially Aquarius will feel it. If you've been saying, all last few weeks, I'm just stuck on this project of work. I can't get around this block. We're on delays. Saturday's a day where you really should revisit that. So put stuff on the shelf if you're hitting some communication blocks. If you're in negotiations, let's say you're an attorney trying to settle a lawsuit, or you're dealing with an insurance company, right? Let things just settle, because on Saturday, you get a whole new fresh round of energy to approach it from a new place, a new perspective. And Saturday's a power day for communications, okay? You guys with me? We haven't gotten to the individual signs yet, Baroness. We're just doing the major transits, and then I'm going to do the horoscopes. What's that? I've got a magnifying glass. Okay. I do. I don't know where it is. I think it's across the room. All right. Then Sunday, which wraps up our week here in the astrology world. Sunday might be a little challenging day. I'm not saying it has to be. Our moon is moving over into Scorpio that day. Scorpio brings us into that deep emotion. It's a water sign like we're talking about Pisces. So you're going to feel from the depths of the emotion. The thing that's challenging is that moon moving into Scorpio stirs up emotions. And we also have our moon aligning in opposition to Uranus. Now, as I said, this can be a challenging aspect or a positive one. In the positive, moon in opposition to Uranus gives you sudden insights. You see the answer, okay? Kind of like on Saturday, but it comes from a deeper place. In its negative aspect, if we read that as a negative, it means you're going to feel emotional turbulence. So with the moon in Scorpio, it stirs up emotions, and the moon in opposition to Uranus. This is a day where you've got to be very careful on Sunday. You don't go to extremes. Somebody might push your buttons, because with the moon in opposition to Uranus, some people react to that by just being loose cannons, running their mouth, not thinking. You're going to have to work, all of us, not just you, me too, all of us. I want to point fingers. We all need to work on Sunday on keeping our emotions in check, because this is a day where it's a little chancy. We might get a little high strung. Other people around us might be. Not saying it has to play out the way, because you might get to Sunday and say, wow, I'm just feeling things. I'm in sync with stuff. And it can play out that way. But looking at this alignment, I do have just a little concern. And I just want to share it with you so you don't get caught up in other people's dramas or generate drama yourself. All right. So keep your emotions in check on Sunday and you'll be okay. All right. And don't let other people's emotions, don't react. Try to stay neutral on Sunday. That's the secret to getting through that day. All right. You guys with me? All right. Everybody's talking about getting new glasses. Denise D says, I hate getting older. I do too. The body doesn't always work as well as it used to. The worst part is probably most of us are getting older. We still feel young. Like in my mind, I think I'm 20, but my body tells me otherwise. All right, now guess what, guys? We are going to spin around our big zodiac wheel here, and I'm going to give you your individual horoscope for your zodiac sign. By the way, let me just say this, because I sometimes get hate mail from people who say, well, I think you're stealing your horoscopes from other astrologers. And I'm like, no, I actually sit down and put these together. I study the charts. I project them through the week. I look at how the planets are. These are unique to me. They're my own creation. And you're going to see, they're pretty accurate. Most people say, I like my horoscopes, So anyways, we're going to look at all 12 zodiac signs. If you don't know what sign you are, just hang with us. I'm going to give the birth date range after I announce each zodiac sign, okay? So listen up. When you hear the sign where the birth date range falls within your sign, that is your sign, okay? All right, so we'll keep it very simple. All right, so our first sign on the wheel is Aries, all right? Aries is March 21st through April 19th. If your birthday is either from March 21st all the way into April 19th, you are an Aries, okay? All right, so Aries, what's going on for you this week? Well, you've got Jupiter right now crossing through your sign in the 10th house. This deals with career issues. Right now, you've got a little bit of challenges here in that it shows that the South Node is also coming in here, influencing you. This is a time, Aries, when, especially this week, do not let your past hold you back from focusing on your future. With this alignment right now, it indicates that you may kind of get stuck in a past issue. Oh, I remember 10 years ago when I tried to change jobs and everything was bad. Don't hold on to past fears. It shows that the past is surfacing, but you've got to let it go. So Aries, this week, you've got to be very focused on the future. Do not let that past influence scare you, make you fearful, or hold you back, because everything in your sign shows positive growth this week. But the biggest challenge to growth isn't anybody else, it's yourself. So let go of your fear. Let go of your fear of failure. Let go of your fear of the past. Maybe you had a bad past. You're like, I don't know if I can do this. You got to let that go, because you've got Jupiter favorably placed this week, and that is a major power aspect. Remember what I said about Thursday and Friday for business success. So Aries, for you this week, it's all about career movement. It's all about success. More than just money and jobs, it's about you freeing yourself from old patterns that limit you and hold you back. If you can focus on that, you're going to rock it and you'll be glorified. All right. Woo, glorified. Ooh, I had to say it. Oh, I'm in trouble bearing this. All right. So there you go, Aries. You got your homework cut out for you. Next sign on our wheel is Taurus. Taurus is April 20th through May 20th. Okay. Taurus, right now you've got the planet Uranus transiting your sign in the 11th house. 11th house deals with our aspirations, with our goals, what we want to do. And so for you, Taurus, this week is a week to being open to a radical shift in your goals. You may have, for the last 10 years, said, I'm going to do my job this way or my business this way, But this Uranian placement right now really says, be open to things being shifted. You may see a whole new way of doing things, have a whole new business model present itself. Be open to it, all right? Be open to a radical shift in your ideas, particularly related to business and your goals. Let's say you always, say, well, if I make $20,000 a year on my Etsy shop, I'm happy. Well, why don't you revisit that and say, you know what, with the power of the planet Uranus, maybe I can redesign that shop, start a whole new focus, and make $40,000 a year. This is the kind of the energy that's playing out around Taurus. So don't get stuck. Like I was telling Aries, don't get stuck in the past. You Tauruses also have to be careful you don't get stuck in the same old, or even the past, thinking that's secure. Security is not what you got to focus on right now. It's focusing on daring to dream and to move forward. So you and the Aries are sharing kind of a similar energy in that right now, okay? So be open to radical shifts in your goals, your visions, your plans, and know that that can be a positive. Now, when we say radical, a lot of people say, oh, that sounds scary. It doesn't have to be scary. Make it good, make it exciting. Uranus is an interesting planet. It can stir things up, but it can also bring amazing changes that are blessings. All right. So there you go, Taurus. You got your homework cut out for you. All right. Excuse me. Next sign on our wheel is Gemini, May 21st through June 20th. You know, Gemini, you're also like the Taurus is floating in the 11th house. You're sharing that with Taurus. And this 11th house, as it says, the house of aspirations. You interestingly have Mars in your sign right now in the 11th house this week. And this means be open to being a channel. Mars brings up inspiration. It brings up excitement, vision. It's whenever Mars appears, it always means inspiration and channeling. Not always, but in this case, it does. So this week, Gemini, it's about being a channel. Channel your goals. Dare to dream beyond your current vision. Like the Tauruses, they've got Uranus powering their change. You've got Mars. Similar, except that like Gemini is more inspired, whereas Taurus's Uranian influence could just be radical, like jarring. It's a little smoother for Geminis than probably Taurus this week. But that's all right. So you've got to be open to focusing on your goals, dare to dream. Because when that channel opens, radical vision may come in. It's so different than anything you plan. Be open to it. And both you and the Taurus this week have a lot of opportunities, particularly to get ahead in business and career. I'd really focus on that this week, Gemini. You and the Tauruses, you're going to be the richest ones of the Zodiac by the end of the week. So who's going to be the wealthiest sides this week? It's going to be the Tauruses and the Geminis. There you go. You can't make this up. It's just what it is. All right. All right. There you go, Gemini. So you know what to do. Be a channel. All right. And remember what I told you, Wednesday Psychic Power Day. So if you're a Gemini, like, well, I don't know how to do it. Read about channeling. And by Wednesday, you're going to be in the flow. All right. There you go. Next sign on our big zodiac wheel is Cancer. And that's June 21st through July 22nd. You know, Cancer, right now you're straddling the 12th house and you're on the line of the ascendant in the first house. All right. This is a time to take your dreams seriously and turn them into reality. The Taurus, the Gemini, and the Cancers are sharing a lot of energy this week. The 12th house for you can be about your dreams, your visions, your mystical conclusions, how you want things to end up. You're also hitting the ascendant, which is the first house, which pushes you out into the world. And so right now, Cancer, this is not a time to stay in your little dream cocoon. It's time to take that from the dream cocoon, that sleep time, and push it into the world and dare to be seen. Cancer, you're going to find that people are drawn to you this week. Whenever first house energy comes in, it draws the attention of the world. So if you're a Cancer and you're starting a business, this is a great week to focus on marketing and promotions. If you're a Cancer and you're looking for a job, go out into the world and be seen. Do those interviews this week. If you're a Cancer and you're saying, well, I don't know if I could change my life. Maybe I should just stay where I am. Go into the world and see what's out there. Don't recluse this week, Cancer. You may want to, because sometimes that 12th house energy makes us feel like we want to just stay in our cocoon. But with that first house energy, it's saying that cocoon time is over and it's time to be seen. So, you know, as I say, go see and be seen. And that is your key to success this weekend. You may not feel it totally, but I think you will. And you will be well received, because when your sign crosses through the first house, it's how you present to the world, and people will be drawn to you. It's like a very favorable sort of place to be. So Cancer, don't shy away. See and be seen, and you will have success, and you will be glorified. Whew! First house is all about being glorified. All right, there you go. Now, Leo, July 23rd. Leo, listen out. Leo, hello. You guys with me? All right, Leo, July 23rd through August 22nd. I don't see anything going on in the chat. There we go. There's Stardust. Say hello, Stardust. Good to see you. There's Robert Stevens. All right, Leo, July 23rd through August 22nd. Right now, Leo, you've got some powerful stuff going on. You've got the moon, which is a luminary of the zodiac, in your sign in the second house. And the second house deals with what you have, what you possess. What are your money? What are your values? What are your skills? What do you bring to the table in a sense? And this is a week, Leo, for you to focus on your talents. You may be a Leo and you've been saying, I really should start my own business. I'd be really good at running my home healthcare or home daycare business. I love to work with people. All right, focus on what you're good at this week. If you're a Leo and you're finding yourself stuck in a job right now and you're just saying, I'm not happy, go back and look at your resume. I feel like Leos this week are kind of missing some things. And that's what I'm saying. Go back, rewrite your resume. Whenever you want to kind of find out where you are in life, go pull your resume. It may have been 5 years ago since you wrote it. And now you're looking like, wow, I have a lot more experience. This is what you got to focus on. What have you gained in the last few years? What talents are you now? Are you using those talents? Are you bringing that to your day? And some of you Leos this week are going to say, you know what? I really need to change my life. I'm not using my skills. I'm not happy. I'm not where I want to be. And with that moon, that's going to bring the moon in your sign means you're feeling restless a little bit. You're feeling like you're ready for some change. Be bigger than life. Leos are always great. They inspire people. So Leo, you inspire yourself right now. Don't worry about the outer world. This is all inner world stuff this week, but it will eventually translate to the outer world. So focus on you, what you're feeling, what you need, what you bring to the table. Reevaluate and appreciate yourself. That's the part we always forget. Be proud of who you are, Leo. Be proud of what you know. Many of you have way more talents than you give yourself credit for. And I want Leos everywhere to honor yourself, give yourself credit. Don't take no for an answer. If you've been in the same job for 10 years and you never get a raise or a promotion, you're worth more. Love yourself to be worth more. Honor yourself. That is your work this week, Leo. And if you do that, not only will you be happier, you might even step in on the edge of glory and be glorified. There you go, Leo. You got your work done. All right, cut out for you. All right, next sign on our wheel is Virgo. Ooh, love Virgos. My brother's a Virgo. August 23rd through September 22nd. Virgo, this week for you, it's a little bit of a quiet week. And that's just as good because Virgos are a sign that are usually always on the go, always thinking a step ahead of everybody. I love my Virgo friends because they are the most organized, forward thinking. They've got everything organized. I love Virgos. I always said if you're going to hire a housekeeper or a secretary or a proofreader, hire a Virgo. And I really mean that. Virgo, right now, your sign is just floating through the third house. I don't see any planets really active right now. It's kind of an empty house for you, but that's all right. The third house deals with thought processes, inner reflection, inner emotion. Virgo, the world is backing off of you for this week. And this week, you want to be all about you. This is a week for Virgos to do soul reflection. Think about where you've come from. Think about where you are. Think about where you want to go. Who are you? Do you still keep up with yourself? Sometimes in the mad rush of life, we lose ourselves. And we say, I used to do this all the time. I used to be like this. And we lose ourselves in the hustle and bustle of life. For you Virgos this week, it's about reconnecting to you. This is a great week, Virgo, if you can, to take some vacation time or even just a sick day or two or personal day. Give yourself time to reconnect to you. It might be a great week for Virgos to go have some spa time. Go have a massage. Let somebody else pamper you. Have your nails done. have a manicure, have your hair done. Give yourself time to be just with yourself. Write in a journal, meditate, go on a retreat. Virgo, you got the power to do all this week and be enriched and nourished and restored. So this is self-restoration week for Virgos. All right, so do it. I don't want to hear it. Some Virgo's gonna say, well, PsychicBob, you don't know what my life is like. I can't do all that stuff. Yes, you can. You may not be able to do it perfectly every day, but you can find a day to carve out for yourself. I'm not buying it. You better do it. And next week, I want to hear from you, Virgos, what you did during your soul reflection time and how you nurtured and healed and restored yourself. I'm going to expect to hear about it next week. So you Virgos, listen up. You're on notice. All right, guys, listen. It's going to be a good week. Just do that. All right, next sign on our wheel is Libra, September 23rd through October 22nd. You know, Libras, you're a lot like the Virgos and not a lot going on in your sign. You are literally floating through the fourth house this week. And this is the world about the inner world, security. Libras, you may find that this week you are focusing on how you feel in terms of your relationships, how you feel in terms of your finances, how you feel in terms of your home. There's a lot of, like the Virgos, a lot of reflection. For Libras, the reflection is more on what brings me security and peace. So Libra, if you're in a house, you know, and I had somebody come for a reading once. They said, Bob, I live in a house with 3-4 roommates. They're all chaotic. They're all on drugs. They scream all night and run all day and drive me insane. That's a chaotic environment. If you're finding yourself in a place where you're just not feeling at peace, this week, Libra, you need to focus on that. Make it a priority. What brings you security? Maybe you're with a bank and every month they cut your interest rate on your savings and you're like, I'm just not getting ahead. I'm losing money. I'm worried about this account. Focus on it. What brings you security? What brings you peace? What brings you a sense of well-being? All right? What is your inner world? What is secure? That's what you want to focus on, Libra. And guess what? You're going to, by the end of the week, you're going to have some things taken care of that you've been floating on, that you haven't focused on, and it's going to bring you better peace and get things moving forward for you. So that's what you got to work on, okay? All right, there you go. All right. Very good. Next sign on our wheel. All right, Libras, you with me? All right, good. Next sign on our wheel is Scorpio, October 23rd through November 21st. All right. Now, Scorpio, this is a very interesting week. As I mentioned earlier, the moon will be moving into your sign this week. That's going to be on, hold on, what day was that? It's important. All right, so yeah, on Sunday, the moon moves into your sign. But even before we get to Sunday right now, your sign is floating through the fourth house. The fourth house also, as I said, deals with inner world and security. What's interesting is you also have the south node crossing through your sign in the fourth house. This means that you're going to be feeling particularly contemplative this week about the past, remembering your youth, what brought you joy, when were you happiest? Scorpio, this is a great week to kind of look back. Now, I'm not one who says live in the past, all right, because I don't think we should live in the past. But for Scorpios, just for this week, I want you to revisit the past. I want you to go back to a happier time maybe, or maybe a more tragic time. And ask yourself, how do I feel about that? Have I moved beyond it? What would bring me back to a happier time? You know, sometimes we go through life and we drop important things. We forget friendships because we just get busy and we lose touch with people. Scorpio, maybe you're thinking back and say, you know, there was a friend I used to hang out with in high school and college, and gee, after we graduated, we lost touch. And you think, I wonder why we lost touch. We never had a falling out. Maybe it's time to revisit that old friendship and build peace again and have some joy, you know? Maybe you're a Scorpion. You're saying, 3 years ago, I had an opportunity to start my own business. And I was so excited. And then just along the way, I got unfocused and never completed it. Maybe you'd like to still do that. It's not too late. Because Scorpio, this week with that South Node in your fourth house, that is telling you, go to the past, revisit it. There's power to come into the current situation. So think about that, Scorpio. So, Scorpio, you get Psychic Bob's pass, my permission to live in the past just for this week. Don't live there always because you got to move forward. But going to the past is your key to breaking out of your current patterns and moving forward. You got that? All right. Now, I suppose I should probably say also on Scorpio, on the more radical end of it, when we talk about revisiting the past, for some of you, that might even mean visiting a past life therapist. Maybe you got karmic issues from other lives. This also can be indicated by the South Node alignment in your sign now. So maybe you're Scorpio, you've been thinking, I really want to get in touch with my past lives. Might be a week to schedule a past life regression or even have a reading with Psychic Bob. Some people call me and say, I love to just do past life readings. I'm not interested in anything but my past. I can help you with that. So if you're a Scorpio and you got past life karmic stuff coming up and you're wondering about that might also be a way to deal with it. All right, so live in the past to move to the future. There you go, Scorpio. All right, next on our wheel is Sagittarius. That's November 22nd through December 21st. Sagittarius, this week for you, like some of the other signs, is kind of a quiet week. There's not a lot of activity in your sign. You're literally floating through the fifth house. This is a time, Sagittarius, where you got to just calm the jets. Sagittarius are fire signs. They're usually on the go, always thinking, philosophizing, teaching, inspiring, leading. This week, Sagittarius, you get to rest. This is your fun time, your play time, your creative time. This is a time to delve into hobbies that you might have put on the shelf. This is a time to go to the movies and forget the world for a few hours. This is a time to just goof off. Maybe you just want to go and, walk a nature trail for a day. This is what you got to do this week, okay? Sagittarius, give yourself time to play, to create, to dream. Don't let the world in. This is more of a solitary week for Sagittarius. But you focus on that, then you got power, okay? There you go. All right. All right, next sign on the wheel is Capricorn. El Caprio. That's what I call Baron. She's a Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, December 22nd through January the 19th. Ooh, this week, you Capricorns, you've got Mercury in your sign of Capricorn, and you're in the sixth house this week. This is about learning. And for you Capricorns, it's about learning about yourself. This is time for Capricorns to rediscover you. Maybe you're a Capricorn and you've just been rushing through, because Capricorns tend to do. They get up and go and go and go and go. Wonderful. But don't lose yourself. And maybe you thought, I've achieved success, because Capricorns are very good in business, Maybe you've achieved all the success or you've been making your goals, but somehow you feel you've lost touch with yourself. This is a week for Capricorns to go within. Think about who you are, what your goals are, what your morals are, what your motives are. Jesus said, and I'm not putting this on Capricorns in a bad way, but Jesus said once, what does it profit a person to gain the whole world, being very successful, yet lose their soul? See, we can lose touch with ourselves, our soul, our focus, what we really are here for. So Capricorns, this is a soul week to rediscover who you are, what's important, what you love, what brings you joy. That's what you want to focus on, Capricorn. So you do that, You'll be glorified and you'll rock it. So it's all about you. Yes, Capricorn, you get to be all about you this week. It's not selfish. It's self-preserving and self-honoring. That's what you do. All right. Very good. Woo, glorified. All right. Next sign on our wheel, excuse me, I gotta drink some tea here, is Aquarius. Aquarius. Yay, I'm an Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius. We spontaneously break into song at this channel. All right, January 20th through February 18th. All right, you got that? Aquarius, January 20th through February 18th. You know, right now, Aquarius, you have a very interesting alignment this week. Your sign is split between the 7th house and the 8th house. The 7th house deals with issues connected to connectivity to others, to partnerships, business, as well as personal, and can deal with issues like marriage, you know, forming a bond with another, being so close that you want to unite your souls in marriage. For a lot of Aquariuses this week, it's going to come up that kind of deep feeling, how to bond with others. And many people know Aquariuses are generally very challenged in personal relationships. I can speak as an Aquarius. I love to talk to the world, but one-on-one, sometimes I get a little shy or a little challenged to express myself. This week, Aquarius, you're going to have an opportunity to feel your way through your relationships and be more closely connected to people. For some Aquariuses, that might be a little scary because Aquarians are sometimes challenged by emotions, especially in intimate relationships. But Aquarius, this week, you focus on that. Feel to the depths of your being. Connect with others. Share from the heart. You will be better for it, and your relationships will grow and flourish. You also have your sign floating through the 8th house. The 8th house deals with issues around letting go. It can be death, final conclusions. You know, what is the life force of energy around a person? Some of you this week may be dealing with issues of parting from people that you love. Maybe you have a family member who's dying and you're saying, wow, you know, I got to deal with this loss of this person. Maybe you're feeling like I'm at a crossroads where I'm letting go of my old career or my old way of life. Maybe you're an Aquarius and you've been forced into retirement. You might be in a job where like, well, thank you for your 30 years of service, or pushing you out. These sort of endings for Aquarius can be somewhat shocking or abrupt. But for Aquarius, generally, these sort of endings also prompt deep inner wisdom. So if you're an Aquarius and you're challenged by all of this week, and it's kind of an intense week for Aquariuses, flow with it. Interestingly, you've got the sun in your sign, which gives you power to work through the issues. And you've got Saturn in the 8th house, which promotes deep and profound thoughts. So Aquarius, this week, take everything that you deal with in a philosophical vein. Ask yourself, how will this transform you? How can you grow? Don't be upset by all of the changes. Take them to a deep, profound place and let them transform you. So of all the signs, I have to be honest, probably of all the signs this week, Aquarius has the most challenges, but they also get the greatest depths of spirit and the greatest insights of all the signs this week. And that doesn't mean the other signs don't have value or insight, but every week I know some signs have a more intense time than others. And for Aquarius, it's kind of a deep, profound week. Take it, go within, nurture yourself, learn to nurture others, let your emotion flow, and you'll have bonding, healing, and blessing through all this. All right, Aquarius, kind of intense week, but hang on, you'll be fine. All right, and then our next sign on our wheel, last but not least, is Pisces. Yay, Pisces, February 19th through March 20th. You know, Pisces, it's all about psychism this week for you. You've got Neptune, which is your ruling planet, in the 9th house. And this is all about self-exploration, self-discovery. It is time for you to explore your psychic self. You know, some Pisces, you know, like to be, and I don't say this in a negative way, they're just very worldly. They're into, you know, what looks good. They're glamorous. A lot of Pisces are glamorous. Not every Pisces is a mystic, though the sign overall tends towards a mystic element. Some Pisces ignore that element of their sign. They're focused on the glamour side. Nothing wrong with that. It's not a criticism. But for you Pisces this week, I would encourage you, if you've never really thought about the psychic side of life, this is the week where you want to kind of invest in that. Probably everybody at my channel who's a Pisces is already tuned in. But if you're a Pisces here and you're saying, Bob, you're right, I'm kind of a worldly person, I don't really spend a lot of time on my spiritual life. That's what you want to do this week, Pisces. You want to go within, listen to the inner voice, open your mystic inner channel. For Pisces, it's much easier than many signs because with Neptune rolling your sign, it's like a power boost. I always say the planets are like battery packs to give us energy. And your battery pack is the planet Neptune, which is the psychic planet. So this week, it's all about learning about who you are in a psychic way, learning what your psychic connection are. There's so many ways to be psychic. You could be a channel, like do trance channeling. You could be a dream prophet or prophetess. You could be a medium where you talk to spirit people. You could be a clairvoyant where you just have flashes of vision. You could be a tarot reader. You could be a crystal gazer. So many ways to express psychism. And that's what you want to focus on this week, Pisces. Find out what your psychic gifts are, what your talents, and really focus on that. Now, remember what I told you guys, especially Pisces, Wednesday. Hold on, let me get on the right day. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday is our psychic power day, February 8th, this Wednesday, because we've got our moon in opposition to Neptune, moon trine Mercury, and especially for Pisces, this is a powerful day. But everybody can take advantage of it. But Pisces, that's what you got to focus on, Amsterdam still says, Cola, you're naturally tuned in, aren't you? Yes, she is, and she's a Capricorn. And Amsterdam still says, I would love to be as gifted in that area. Veritas just wrote, Bob says I accurately spook him. LOL. She does. She spooks me. So you see, Pisces people, take your talent, explore it, expand it, and let it serve you. It's natural to your sign. There's nothing to be afraid of, and you can bless a lot of people and bless yourself. So you've got your homework cut out for you, okay? Well, guys, that is, we've spun around our wheel. That's all of our horoscopes. I've given you all the major transits. I hope that you watched this carefully. If you missed part of it, go back and watch it again because there's a lot we cover this week. It's a lot going on. And I hope that, you will embrace all of this and it'll help you on your journey, By the way, if you missed the beginning, I'm wearing my Chinese astrology shirt today. Year of the Rabbit. Woo! Anyways, I think this week maybe I'll do a special video. During the day, I'll post on astrology, Chinese. Anyways, we're a little over our time, but that's okay. I'm enjoying this so much. Did you guys have any astrology questions for me? Now, I'm not doing psychic readings. It's my day off, so I'm keeping that channel closed. Robin Bossa says, sounds great, Bob. Thank you for all the work you put in. Robin, it's, that saying it's a labor of love. I love to study astrology. It just gets me excited and I have fun with it. And it is a little bit of work because it's complex at times, but I love it. I never feel like I'm working. That's why I do astrology on Monday. One, it's the beginning of the week, but also it's just fun. It's my day off. So I'm going to do things that are fun. And astrology for me is a great joy. Hi, B. Leclerc. B. Leclerc says, she said, nice shirt. Thank you, B. Leclerc. My Chinese astrology. If you tuned in late, let me take off my sweater. You guys can see this. I'm wearing my astrology will pin. Let me take that off so it's not blocking it. But there you go. You can see my Chinese thing. It's got the beautiful flowers and the gold bunny. Or Year of the Rabbit. I just love the Chinese astrology. It's so fascinating. I have a lot of fun with Chinese astrology. Robin Boston says, you really do love it. I do. I hope my enthusiasm for astrology comes through because I got to tell you, I have watched some astrologers on YouTube and they're probably better astrologers than Psychic Bob. I don't claim to be number one astrologer, but I do it out of love. But some astrology channels you go to, and they are dry as sawdust. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? So they'll have an astrology, and they sit and they talk in a monotone. They'll go, on Thursday, Jupiter moves into the 12th house. On Friday, Mercury is retrograde. And it's like, aren't you excited about it? They look so bored and stoned and just, it's boring. It's like, I'm all about excitement. I don't know. It's exciting to me. I do love it, Robin. I'm glad, Robin, that I hear you say that touches my heart because you're picking up my enthusiasm. And I always wonder, does anybody get as excited as I do? Maybe you don't, but it's nice that you at least know I'm excited. Thank you. Stardust, he says, hey, Psychic Bob, beautiful full moon tonight, right? I got to go outside and see it. I don't know if I can see it, but I'm going to go out a little while. Yeah. Yeah, Baroness Kolobaz bought this for me as a gift. Isn't it wonderful? She's going to get me one, she said, next year. So I have 2020. I'm going to have a collection every year, a different Zodiac shirt. And there's Melinda Torney. She says, Psych Bob, this may have been asked before, but how did astrology really get started? I hope it's not a stupid question. Thank you. You know, Melinda, that's not a stupid question, but it is a complex question. So I'm going to give you the 5-second version. Every country and aspect of the world had people that walked out and noticed that the stars were in motion, the planets were in the moon, the sun, and they started to observe it. Now, in our Western astrology that I read today, like our zodiac signs of Aries and Taurus and Gemini and Pisces, that's the Western astrology. The Western astrology, and there's whole different histories for each different school of astrology. But in a nutshell, the Western astrology, the tropical zodiac, started with ancient Babylon. The Babylonians were some of the first to codify the movement of the planets. They had temples, 7-layered temples, and they would go on the roofs of these, so like pyramid shapes with a kind of a flat roof. And the astrologers would use these temples as temples of astrology. And they would sit up there on the roofs and observe and chart these. They'd actually write down the motion. They would make maps, like star maps. And that's how astrology started. And over time, it expanded, and it went from Babylon to Western Europe. And the Greeks then took it to the next level, and also the Romans. So the Greco-Roman times also are part of it. The ancient Egyptians also studied the stars. They had their own system. So there's different systems, but in a nutshell, that's where it began for the type of what we consider in the West. Started with that. I hope that helps a little bit. Thank you, Robin. Robin Bosses, I do catch your excitement about. Thank you. Baroness Kolbob says, astrology goes back thousands of years, even before the Egyptians in ancient times. Aquarius was the symbol of the eagle. Yes, I've heard that actually. Yes. So over time, the different systems, the different schools evolved. Somebody's going to ask me, and they always get the question, well, which one's the truest or the best astrology? I think they're all valid. I think the Chinese astrology works. When you actually meet with a real Chinese astrologer, it's a lot more complex than what you see on pop television. Right now we say it's the year of the rabbit, right? But if you actually study Chinese astrology, there's a whole nother level. It's like, not only is it the year of the rabbit, there's certain elemental energies that are in motion, and each year might be the year of the wood rabbit or the year of the air rabbit. And that changes everything. And people born at different times draw on different elemental energies that affect their charts and the overall year's energy. So, don't take it just what you see on TV. Sometimes they do the little spot things like 20-second spot on Chinese astrology, but it's really a lot more in depth than what you see on TV. So anyways, yeah, but they're all the schools I feel are valid. Vedic astrology, there's a lot of similarities with the Western astrology, but it has some differences. I love all the schools, and I've studied a little bit of all of them. I'm more of a Western astrologer, though. Stardust, thank you. She says, hey, Bob, you're such a happy-go-lucky person, full of joy for life. I wish I was more like you. Stardust, don't try to be me, just be you. But I will tell you, the secret to joy is you have to get beyond worrying about what anybody thinks. When I was younger in my 20s, I was always nervous, like, oh, maybe I offend people. Maybe I worried about judgment. I don't know, something happened after I turned 40 that I felt like I just let go of all that worry and I started to really live my life in a fuller way. So the happy-go-lucky Bob, you see, I don't think I was always like that. I think it's something that evolved as I worked on myself. So it's never too late to discover yourself again. And as some of you know, this week you're going to be called by the stars to discover yourself. All right. Thank you, Stardust. You're so sweet. Thank you for saying that. Aaron Patricia says, hey, Bob, crystal ball query. I found an analog crystal ball from China, but it's reconstituted quartz. Is that bad? Thanks. Oh, no, Aaron, that's actually a really good ball. I have one of those. I can tell you that the crystal balls from China are really impressive. Now, normally, I'm the first to say I don't buy Chinese goods because I find most everything out of China to be inferior. Sorry, but that's just my experience. No offense to any Chinese people here. But in the area of crystal balls, China has perfected it. The Chinese balls are very affordable, most of them, and the quality I have found to be amazing. Amazing. So if the one you're telling me about is what I'm believing, which it sounds like it is, you will not be disappointed. Don't spend too much, shop around, because a lot of the Chinese crystal balls are actually pretty affordable. So don't spend a fortune if they're charging hundreds of dollars. I bought a 4.5-inch crystal ball, I think for like $35 or $40. My crystal ball they have on my table right now, this is an American. You can't find, it's hard to find American crystal balls. I'll just be honest, the Chinese balls are superior because the American glass industry that used to make crystals, there are no manufacturers in America where they've all closed in the last 20 years. Many American balls have slight flaws in them. This one has some slight flaws. I don't mind, actually like the flaws. You can't see it on camera. It has a few little tiny bubbles in it, and it's just a little bit of a blur on one part. I don't mind it because I love it. This ball has a lot of character, but the Chinese balls, I have to be honest, they're superior. The quality and how they produce them is just, they're the best. So honestly, it's the one product from China that PsychicBob will actually give it endorsement to. So that sounds like my ball that I've got. I have a reconstituted quartz crystal. And it's great. It's really great. I also have a large one from China. I have a 12-inch crystal. I can't bring it out. Here's my big one. And I love it. So you can buy with confidence from China when crystal balls are concerned. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Baroness brought up some of the bad crystals. There is one thing I will caution you about, Aaron, with crystals. If they say they're pure quartz, like they're not, like the reconstituted ones are fine, but if they just say pure quartz, they're generally very bad. I did buy one crystal that was pure quartz and it was all clouded and not at all good. So if they're showing a picture of an absolute crystal clear and it says reconstitute, it's probably going to be fine. Okay. Thank you for saying that, Baroness. Scott from South Carolina says, can you tell glass from crystal? Yeah, you can, because real crystal balls have a lot of imperfections in them, veins, and they bend the light a little different. And they're a little colder. When you have just a plain glass ball, like this one is not crystal, it's actually glass. The temperature on it is warmer than an actual crystal. So like my Chinese balls have real quartz in them. They're colder to the touch. And the glass balls are just a slight bit, well, I shouldn't say that. I'll just say start with the touch. I can't say that glass balls are not as clear because there are some that are as clear. But anyways, if this is my secret with crystal balls, buy the one you feel connected to. It doesn't matter really whether it's glass or crystal. It's nice to have real crystal, but I've used my glass ball and it works just as good, for me at least. So I know a lot of Wiccans will disagree with me on that, but it's a tool. It works for me. Thank you, Lady Jane. She says, oh, that is a good t-shirt. Yeah, this is a gift from Baroness. It's my Chinese New Year. I'm gonna put out a video a little later in the week on Chinese astrology. So I've been meaning to do that. Stardust, he says, hey, Psychic-Bob, I still worry that's my problem. You got to let it go. This is how I feel about life. At a certain point, does it really matter what people say? Because the people who truly love you, they're always going to love you. And those who sit in judgment and don't love you and turn against you, they've never been your friend really anyways. And I discovered when I started to love myself and just live in a way that made me happy rather than worrying about pleasing people. I did lose a few friends, I'm not going to lie. Some friends thought I'd lost my mind. When I became a full-time psychic, I had one of my friends, been friends for over 20 years, and he was like, I don't understand you. You're involved with this psychic stuff. You're Wiccan. I can't be your friend. He literally said, I think you're too weird and I'm done. But that was a judgment he made. I didn't make the judgment, and I let it go. And you know what? My life's freer. So I would really honestly say, in terms of judgment, don't hold on to it for yourself and don't let other people judge you. All right, guys, listen, it's getting late here. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this. I had a great time with you. And listen, be here tomorrow on Tuesday. We got show live psychic readings tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon. So it's going to be a different time on Tuesdays. We always do 12 noon. I don't know why. That started from back when I had my office. But anyways, that's when we do it on Tuesdays. So I hope you'll join us 12 o'clock noon tomorrow for live psychic readings. I love you guys. I'm going to wrap it up. It's my day off. I'm going to Netflix and chill with Baroness. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. And, one more thing I have to say, and I say it every week. If you're at a time of struggle in your life, don't give in to despair. Just pause, stop, take a deep breath, and look to the stars. The wheel of the Zodiac is always spinning, and that means every day brings new alignments, new power, new hope, and new beginnings. So keep a little faith, a little hope, a little love in your heart, and you're going to get through. Let the stars be your allies on the way. The stars don't control us. They guide us and give us power for blessings. Guys, thanks for being here. I love all of you. Thank you to Baroness for her wonderful help in the chat. Everybody give thumbs up for Baroness's wonderful service. You guys are us. I love you all. Blessed be. We'll see you tomorrow for messages from the spirit world. Be here 12 o'clock noon. In the meantime, visit my website, PsychicBob.com, and register for this Saturday's psychic development. We'll see you soon. Blessed be, and good night.